Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Link's League, where I'm in a league of my own. And in this gameplay, I am featuring Taric, because he is actually a great support. Because he can do things that other supports can't, and that's really what and where he shines. What I mean by this is, Taric has a great disengage, a great engage, a great sustain, and great defense. He also can give great buffs to his team during team fights, stun targets during team fights. If given exhaust, he can shut down at least 2 targets during team fights, and he also has the ability to be Taric and be fabulous. And I'm pretty sure a fabulous Taric is a good Taric. I'm just saying, since I have the skin with the cape that's green, that must mean something. Anyway, me being really ballsy here and just kind of going into their jungle, because I had a feeling that they might want to level 1. I mean, Panth has a lot of level 1 damage, so does Varus. Blitz has the pole, and Ahri and Warwick both have quite a bit of damage from that. And yeah, but I didn't know that the Pantheon and the Blitz did not connect, so what I do is I kind of stand in this bush. Now, I don't want to be too aggressive. I know that they might be around here somewhere, although I do stand here, and I'm waiting for Ahri, or Benji, as their name says, to actually check this bush. So I'm just kind of standing here waiting, and they get anxious because they have no clue what's out there. I'm just standing right there. So what I'm really doing here is I'm actually waiting for her to actually do something, and by that I mean most likely she's going to either charge this bush, and I'll be able to land a nice stun and then walk off with about 200, not even 200 damage. It does what at max range? It'll do 80 damage to her before she even gets to lane. It's not much, but it's something. Although I do kind of see her come out, so I walk back in. She does see me, so they do ping and back off. Although she does... No, they don't. Although Graves is down here at the moment, and he does do quite a bit of damage to the Varus, as we are getting to laning phase. So, with laning phase being a thing now, what are we going to see? Well, we're going to see the red buff already being gone, and the buffs are both gone, and it's off, and they're off. So, top lane on our team is Darius versus Pantheon. This I've really never seen before, and I'm really interested to see. Pantheon has good poke, good engage, and or disengage. Now, if Panth can poke enough, he might be able to beat Darius. Although Darius, if he can get in range, will be able to nuke Pantheon. Pantheon will be able to block one of his basics, which, if that basic is Crippling Strike, that can actually do quite a bit of damage to Darius's kit and cause him to actually have issues. Now, if we move down to mid lane, we will see an interesting combo, an Ahri versus a Nivea. The Nivea is pretty good, but she does get into situations where she doesn't need to. And Ahri is a magic brawler, more so assassin, and she will be able to get on Anivia if Anivia's cooldowns are down, and she will actually have quite a few issues later game if that persists. Although sometimes, as you'll see right here, she does miss her stun, causing her to eat quite a bit of damage and having to retreat. Although Lee Sin is on his way in, will we see anything come from this? Landing his Q, going in on the Ahri, landing the slow, landing the vision, and you thought he was going to get first blood? No, that was my lane. As we will actually rewind and go to my lane. We're going to see Graves getting pulled in, knocked up, and I'm going to stun the Blitz, and then the Ignite will get the kill and the first blood. As you've seen right there, I capitalized on their mistake. That's kind of support's job, but as Taric, you have to really thrive on this. I mean, let me just kind of lock the lane here. As Taric, you have to really thrive on this. Since it is a ranged stun, and it will travel through flashes since it is a targetable, it will really do quite a bit. Although, if we go up to top, we will see Darius getting caught out in between both of them, wasting a flash, and 2 more flashes being wasted, as he might actually get away, but a basic from the Warwick will manage to get the kill. Anyway, going back down to bottom lane, Taric will capitalize on any mistakes, and by doing so, he will be able to do well. Back in that engagement, I stunned Blitzcrank, then I lowered his shields with my W, which, well, his mana shield came up, but I used Shatter, which does lower the lowers the armor of targets that are hit, which is really what allowed us to do that. Graves landed a couple basics and ripped through the shield. So I'm standing over here because this Blitzcrank is going to want to actually kill me. Does he have vision with that? Yes, he does. And now that they know I'm in there no matter what, there's not much to do. Although he does pink that, and he's going to get rid of our vision soon. And that is going to be mean. But a tank minion decides to say hi to him in lane, or in river. And how far does the tank minion follow him back? What? What? Run, Blitzcrank, run! Run, Blitzcrank! Tank minion OP. Oh my god, Varus is actually losing health to it. That's funny. That is funny. This is funny. Aw, it aggroed to turret. That was pretty good. So they know I'm here, and they pinged for me. And the fact that he can get nice grab through the minions, I know for a fact that he had this warded, because my ward disappeared for no reason. He does grab Graves, and Graves does dash away. You don't want to grab a Graves unless you can instantly knock him up. I'm going to punish him with a stun right there, hoping that Graves could come back in, or at least buckshot, but he didn't. Now, like I do put a ward back here, because I want to taunt him a little bit and give him some bait once he comes out. Landing a heal on both me and the Graves, so he will quit wasting his his potions, will allow us to stay in lane a little bit longer. Now, in Taric's kit, we have a couple interesting spells. I'm actually trying to mimic him, but then I realized that he's going to stay in lane a little bit, so I'm going to go back to bush. Now, with Taric, his kit is interesting, although we are going to see a small engagement here, as I will start to face tank and take a lot of damage from the Varus, because why not? I'm Taric, I can do that. Graves is going to poke as I back off, and we were going to see me actually using my heal that I had prepped for this, and we're both going to eat the Q as we are forced behind turret. The missed grab by the Blitzcrank is too good, so Mr. Del the Funky is not going to be able to do much. But we actually do take down vision. We will not see the Warwick in the bushes, and Warwick will be able to come in on us. Although we do see that, I have no issues with that. I stay and we both B, and then we ping to tell people that he's there. So that means top lane can push and mid lane is safe. Now, putting directed camera on, while I continue to talk about Taric's kit, his basic attack gives him the ability to get 7.5% of all of the damage dealt back as mana. So if you have a tank minion or in a lane alone, just start spamming that, or just start hitting basic attacks, and you will manage to actually do that and be able to get some mana back. Also, something with his Q is his Q will... That's self-explanatory what happened there. His Q will lower its cooldown by 1 second for every basic that he actually lands, and that will go and essentially... What's the word? It will allow you to use your heal more often. Now, this in itself is great. So his heal does heal both him and the enemy, or him and the enemy, him and himself, essentially. Wow. Sorry, if you heard that Skype message, I just got distracted. No kills actually happen here. Yeah. Oh, what? Okay, my fingers are off. There we go. So his heal heals the target and himself. It can heal minions, so watch out for that. His W, Shatter, gives increased armor to everyone around him. There's me actually stunning the Blitz for an easy pickup from the Graves. Yet again, he was out of position, so I did punish him and caused him to actually die. So yeah, feeding the Graves. Let's just go back to the Taric cam. So anyway, passive gives you the mana for basics. This heals you and your target. This actually, if you use it on yourself, heals it heals you an extra 40%. Yeah. And also, I forgot to mention, if you do hit a champion, it's 3 seconds off instead of only 1 if you hit a minion. So you gotta think about that. Shatter will give, pretty much it's an Aegis of the Legion. I do see them, and I'm kind of waiting for one of them to get in range, kind of baiting them a little bit out of way. And they decide not to engage. Even though there's no vision on Lee Sin, they do back off. Darius actually getting a kill on Pantheon top. I will show that right now. What are we going to see? We're going to see the Darius going in with the Q and getting hit by that. Although right there, Crippling Strike being blocked. There's the shield going in. A couple basics. There's another Q and the dunk with the ulti going in. Now going back down to bottom. You're going to see him use a ward, and I think he missed. And just sitting there. So anyway, Shatter is an Aegis of the Legion, but it only gives armor to people. So depending on your lane, you really want to stack this first. Well, no matter what, you want to stack this first. This will help you in brawls. But I always put 2 points into this, since it goes from 40 points to 100 points, and the mana stays reasonable, and it doesn't jump up to 115. Now, really? Shatter or Dazzle will stay at the same mana as this until you actually level them up. And this is essentially what you use for everything. If it maximizes damage if you're next to the target, but if you're not, it does the minimum amount of damage of 40. So you kind of have to look and watch for that. So as we're going to see, Taric and I are essentially... I'm trying to bait them and get one of them close enough where I can actually land an E when they're not anywhere near their friends. Graven's now dinging to 6 and putting a point to his ulti. I want to get very aggressive. So what we will see is we will see me purposely standing still to let Blitz get a little bit of room on me. Landing a basic on him just because, and Graves is getting a buckshot in. It's going to lower their health pool just a little bit. And we're going to see my ultimate in a matter of seconds as I'm going to lock Varus up, Shatter, lower his defense, then go in with the ultimate to melt him to half health as we are going to turn on the Blitzcrank. There's the ultimate going through, melting both of them to low health, and we will leave at that with taking very little damage. His ultimate does a little bit of damage, and it's not armor based, but I normally do go with Shatter first. It gives a massive buff of attack damage and ability power to everyone near me, and it allows turrets to be taken down easily, and it allows... I want to show that. It allows turrets to be taken down easily, and it allows for a lot of extra ability power and stuff. It allows for better stats during a team fight. So Graves is going to go in there, get ignited, get locked down, and get exhausted. I'm going to go get the kill on that. He's going to try and do that. And I've been practicing juking skill shots lately, and yeah. So I do see Lee Sin get in here, so I'm trying to bully in a little bit. Going to waste my flash for no good reason, land my stun, and let Lee Sin go in there and take a little bit of damage. Now healing Lee Sin just in case anything were to happen in case of the jungle. Now, there were just a couple kills a couple seconds ago, so let's back up. Let's back up one more time. So we're going to see here, Darius is going to dunk for the actual kill in the Ahri, and now they're going to follow after the Warwick, and there's the double kill. But the Pantheon decided to join in, and what will we see him do? We will actually, I think he just defends the mid tower as Darius goes back up top to push, and Lee Sin comes down here to gank after the fail from the Graves. That Graves should have really not went in. I mean, I could see a small amount of that being my fault, but yeah. So, with Taric's kit, I normally like building items like Philostone early, and then going into either a couple Kindle Gems, and by a couple I mean, well, building a Kindle Gem, and then building a second Kindle Gem, and then putting that into a Spirit Visage. I will only do that if it's really, really heavy magic. And normally, if I don't, I'll get that at the very end, because with Baron buff, at level 18, Taric can heal himself for almost 500 health if he has a Spirit Visage. That is a lot of health, especially when you're looking at Taric normally has 4,500. That is quite a reasonable amount of health, and that will help you in a team fight. I mean, I was going full-on God mode one game as I activated my ulti, and then I healed myself for like 500 to 600. Because we had a mid Sona. Yeah, she was trolling. Although she did get quite fed, which was interesting. I healed myself for roughly 600, and I really was able to just kind of sit there and face tank a little bit longer while I had my shards back up. Easy death right there. In lane gank, nothing special. Yet again, getting Varus out of position, going to go in, land my Shatter, and we're going to retaliate with quite a bit more damage than I'm taking because I'm Taric. I kind of want to face tank a little bit. As Warwick is hoping to not get in vision of the ward, he realizes that we know that he's here, and he will back off. But if we do go to mid, we will see the Ahri and the Anivia getting in a fight. So the Ahri just wastes her cooldowns, and she only has... well, it's not up for another couple more seconds. There's the Ignite, the AoE, and the Burst with an easy kill. Now with my ward dead, the Warwick will actually return to jungle and not try to re-gank. Checking the bush with the fist, not much will actually come from it as there's no one in there. Darius now pushing top turret, and no one actually going to care, and he will melt through it in a matter of seconds. Because why not? And yeah. Okay, so right here, he's out of position. I want Graves to initiate on this, but there is a ping on their side to get away. As Pantheon will actually use his ultimate to get in, activate that shield, block a little bit of damage, but Lee Sin's here now. With his health still at full, Lee Sin's going to go in, land the slow, and let Darius go in with the Q. As I'm going to be way too far out, zoning, actually getting caught, and letting them nuke me, while Graves is in there doing a lot of damage to the Varus, using his smoke screen quite tactically to actually get out of that fight with a lot more health than he did. Now Darius going back in. We'll see the Warwick go out and CC the Lee Sin, as Lee Sin will kick back the Pantheon. Now it's going to be Darius. Darius landing the ulti and now going after the Pantheon. Pantheon will now go after the Lee Sin. Lee Sin will manage to get away as the double kill comes from the Darius Q, and the Lee Sin gets out without a scratch. Now Ahri is up top. Will we see her use her ultimate to actually get anything from this fight? Her ultimate is actually currently down, and we will see her just pushing lane for what it is. Bot lane, we actually have the Graves here, just farming like he should. Not really, he's just taking pot shots at the turret and hoping for the best, as we will see it fall in a matter of seconds. There we go. Now if we go to Taric, I'm going to explain what my build is, because it's my build, and I don't think I've seen it anywhere else. I kind of adapted it from my experiences as playing Taric. I normally will have a Philo Stone here. Well, this is mid game. Philo Stone, Kindle Gem, Ruby Sightstone, Aegis of the Legion, Moby Boots, and a Health Crystal. And then later, I will upgrade this to a shield, the shield buff. Yet again, dodging the Blitz Fist right there. I will upgrade this to the Ionian Locket, or Locket of the Iron Solari. I will upgrade that for the shields. And then I will upgrade my Aegis of the Legion, and that Ruby Crystal I will turn into a Kindle Gem, because this one's gone, and the unique passive of the cooldown is now back up for grabs. So with all that done, and my Moby's done, I will get the Home Guard Moby's, and I will choose to upgrade to a... depending on how the teamfights are going, I will either upgrade to a... what is it? What's it called? Lee Sin's actually going in here for a gank, and he splashes ahead to kick Blitzcrank back, making the ulti miss, but he's going to follow, land an Ignite, and a quick kill. As Lee Sin's going to hopefully come back with a flash, I'm going to be following in because there's nothing a Taric won't do for an easy kill. Now I decide to actually continue, and hopefully this isn't a phone call. I am sorry if it is. It is. I will be right back. Resuming from where we left off, I am sorry, that is a phone call. That is very unprofessional, but I am going back to college today, and this is the last video of my stockpile bunch. So, yeah. Taric now going in there, making this Warwick really want to kill, desperately turning on him, and capitalizing on his mistake for an easy kill, and us managing to get away with little to no damage. So, okay. What we really have to see here is Taric is a great support. I mean, with the build that I give him, he has 35% CDR, which makes almost all of his skills spammable in a fight. That of 7 seconds-ish. Yeah. And things of that nature. I actually pop a couple health potions to stay here. And yeah, Blitz is going to grab Graves and give him a killing spree. I'm going to heal him for more than the turret does. And Pantheon's going to want to say hi, as the ward does see him. Actually, it's going to be a lot easier to explain my build without the things in there. So normally, I will upgrade this to a Locket of the Iron Solari after I get an Aegis of the Legion. After I get the, Ruby, from this build, which is what you should have around this time, actually, I'm going to upgrade it right now, so let's see what I can actually afford. I think I've got some gold. Where am I? I've only got 800, so I'm actually going to upgrade to Mobies. This should be your before 20 build. You should have the makings for the Ruby Crystal, or the Ruby Sightstone, and the makings for a couple of your other items, the Solari and the Philo Stone. I get these for chasing potential, especially if you can land that long-range stun, and things of that nature. Now, pretty much from this build, you're going to want to make a Aegis of the Legion after you upgrade your Ruby Sightstone. So you have those two items. Then you make your Kindle Gem into the Locket, and then you make another Kindle Gem. After that, there's not much that actually happened. Varus just got caught out. I'm over here being very aggressive. After you make your Locket, get another Kindle Gem, and then you upgrade to the Runic Bolark. After you upgrade to the Runic Bolark, you're going to want to... Well, this is actually preference. If you want to make the Bolark first for more team health, or if you want to make the... what's it called? The... brain fart. What's the name of it? I forget. Anyway, staying right here, trying to stay with the blitz, and allow Graves to come in for a kill. Gonna face tank turret as long as I can, land the heal, and let Graves attempt for that kill, which did not go because lucky crits. Anyway, it's your discretion. Either way, they're both giving you magic resist because this gives you quite a bit. Especially during team fights, you don't want to pop this. You want to leave this on. This plus the Bolark will give you and your team a massive buff, especially if you activate the Kindle Gem's shield. That's a 200 shield for everyone, plus the... how much is it at this level? 30 armor, plus what you get from the Age to the Legion, or Runic Bolark. So what you get from all of that is going to affect your team, make them really tanky. I normally get the Bolark into the Spirit Visage, and then I go and finally finish the Philo, or I finish the Philo off. As for pots, I will take both pots, and that's how the ending build will go. As you can see, I'm going to just pull this up. I'm not going to explain the builds. They're pretty self-explanatory this game. Darius, health, 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 and still having 8 kills, and managing to get nothing done but health, 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 health. Anivia running a normal Anivia build. Quite interesting, I might say. She is going super mana hungry. I mean, really. Tear, Chalice, Rod of Ages. I mean, really, all she needs now is a Mana Moon, and there you go. Anyway, capitalizing on her mistake yet again, the stun missing because she does pop her ulti, and I'm going to get stuck on her turret for enough damage to actually kill me this time, because there is 3 of them there. As now it turns into a quick 5-on-3, with the Darius on his way to go and say hi with that giant axe. I'm going to drop these builds because they're self-explanatory at this rate, as Darius is not going to be seen by the enemy team, although he's going to pull the Warwick in and cause a little bit of confusion. Ult onto the Ahri, as the Blitzcrank's going to take quite a bit of damage. Now you're going to see the Ahri backing up, as the Lee Sin will attempt to go and shield the Darius, as now it is a 4-on-2 with no minions at the turret. We're going to see more damage going out to the Lee Sin, or to the Varus, as the fight will disengage. Although the Sight Ward, or the Vision Ward, going down, and allowing them to take this turret because the minions actually arrived. Lee Sin is attempting to zone, although he is the lowest, and he should not be doing so. As we're going to see Pantheon up top, looking for an area to go, as Darius is going to flash, do the pull, and will he manage to do anything? No, there's the stun, and the Crippling Strike will not land, as we will see the Varus landing his ulti, and the kill actually going out from a Decimate. Now we're going to see the Lee Sin rather low, and the Anivia going in. Some weird lag happened here. This was actually Riot server lag, believe it or not. What? This is not a 43-minute game. What? Okay. This is an interesting glitch. What is this? What? I think it broke. Yeah, I really think it broke. Well, if it's still recording, and you guys don't see a black screen, they surrendered at 23 minutes, according to my notes. So, if you enjoy the content provided, leave a like. You want to stay current, subscribe. I will talk to you all later.